Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is going to be messages and predictions for your month of May 2025. Just before we get into it, I want to talk about a fundraiser that we're doing and a personal reading giveaway. So if you're interested in hearing about that, just stick around. If not, there's going to be a timestamp down below so that you can skip forward to the pick a card reading. As many of you know, for the past few months, we have been doing a fundraiser for Faris, who is an 18-year-old boy, and his family in Gaza. I was matched with Faris through the aid initiative Project Love Brocade. They are not actively taking on new fundraisers at the moment, but I will have their social media linked down below in case you were curious about the work that they have done and how they verified their campaigns. As of now, we have been able to raise over $35,000 for Faris and his family. This has allowed them to afford daily necessities like food, hygienic products, medicine, the cost of travel, because unfortunately this family has been displaced several times over the past 2 years. I have been regularly donating to the fundraiser myself, and I will continue to do so. In order to continue raising funds, we'll be doing another personal reading giveaway this month. I'm going to be giving away a 30-minute personal video reading. If you would like to enter the giveaway, there's 2 ways that you can do that. The first way is to share the link to Faris's GoFundMe campaign on any platform that you use. And the second way you can enter is to donate. So if you have either shared or donated to this campaign, you can send a screenshot as proof to kinopersonalreadings@gmail.com. And any shares or donations made during the month of April will be accepted. So anytime from April 1st to April 30th, and I will email and announce the winner on May 1st. In addition to your shares and donations of this campaign, I've also received messages of support and messages of concern for Faris and his family via email and YouTube comments and DMs, and I'm incredibly grateful to have a community who is so caring. As for an update on the situation with Faris and his family, honestly, there has not been hope for a very long time. I have been messaging regularly with Faris since the beginning of the fundraising initiative, and in the beginning, there were moments of hope. Sometimes Faris would message me that he's heard rumors that the border is going to be opening soon. Unfortunately, it remained closed, and as far as Faris has told me, there have been no such talks of the border opening anytime soon. Nevertheless, in the midst of all of this, Faris has been studying for Tawjihi, which is the secondary education exam in Palestine and Jordan, I believe. From what I know, this exam is quite difficult, and it determines whether or not you can graduate from high school, secondary education, and move on to university. And it also determines what you can study, I think. So it's a very, very important exam for students. It sort of determines their future. Faris has a dream of moving on to university and studying software engineering, which is what his older sister did as well. It gives me hope to see that he hasn't given up on this dream and that he's doing his best to study amidst these horrible conditions. But at the same time, it is heartbreaking to me that he even has to do this in the first place. And I just wish that he was able to have a normal student life, go to school, attend classes, and study in security and with food to fuel his studies and without the threat of being displaced or of losing family members. Faris has lost his older brother in this genocide, and he often talks about how he just doesn't want to lose anyone else. He sent this message recently. "My dear, I would like you to know that our situation in Gaza has become completely unbearable. The situation has become more dangerous, and the possibility of displacement will recur again, in addition to our daily suffering, which has become a burden on my shoulders. With the closure of the crossings for a period exceeding 2 months, all resources have become scarce. I hope that my message reaches you as we are living in hell." I think that it's very easy to become hopeless and feel powerless in times like this and just completely give up. But I also think that despair is a tool of the oppressor, and if we become apathetic, that's what they want. So I just want to thank everyone for caring and for continuing to speak up, and whatever you may be doing, whether you are donating, whether you are emailing your government, whether you are showing up to protests, I just want to thank you for not giving up. I'm hoping that the funds that we are raising will be able to help Faris eventually get out of Gaza if that is what he needs to do, and to rebuild his life and pursue his dreams. Thank you so much for the love and support that you have shown to Faris and his family and continue to show. And thank you so much for giving me this platform where I'm able to spread awareness and hopefully make a difference. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And now let's get on to the reading. Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to be looking at messages and predictions for your month of May 2025. At the time that I'm filming this, it is not even close to May, but I was at the airport recently and I found these really cute tulip-shaped confectionaries. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use these for a May reading, and I just got excited. So I'm skipping ahead in the schedule a little bit and I'm filming a May reading. Yeah, so in today's reading, we are going to be starting with a general overview of your month. We're going to see the main themes, the main energies of your month of May, look at the significant events and changes that are coming your way, and then we are going to get predictions for specific areas of your life. So we're going to be looking at your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. There are 3 beautiful tulips to choose from today. So I'm going to show you each of these up close one by one, and I will also let you know what flavor each of them are. So you could be drawn to the color, you could be drawn to the flavor. If you prefer to choose with numbers, you could scroll down to the timestamps and see if there's any numbers that are jumping out at you. But without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my number 1s, we have this pink tulip, and this one is berry flavor. For my number 2s, we have this yellow tulip, and this one is Passionfruit Mango flavor. And for my number 3s, we have this brown tulip, and this one is caramel nut flavor. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s. So if you guys chose the berry flavored tulip, this is going to be a reading all about your month of May 2025. So we're gonna start off by taking a look at the main themes and the main energies of your month. And our first card is Cornucopia. So the main theme of your month of May is abundance. You are receiving in abundance. We have the number 11 here, and you are group number 1. So a lot of 1 action going on. I think that many of you who chose this group are manifesting abundance. This abundance is an answer to your prayers. We also have play. And right away, what my eyes are going to is all of the shopping bags and gifts and stuff like that. It's kind of feeling like a shopping spree. It's feeling like you getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I'm also hearing big budget. So you might get a big budget to work on a project, or your company is, the company that you work for, if you are employed somewhere, is increasing a budget. This also has the feeling of, what does this feel like? It's like if you're a kid and your parents hand you like a big wad of money and are like, go crazy, you can buy whatever you want. That's kind of the feeling that I get when I look at these cards. It's like you're receiving a large amount of resources and you can have fun with it. You can do whatever you want with it. Some of you may have enough money to afford a trip that you wanted to go on, an event, a day out that you wanted to do. Okay, We have the number 11 again. So if you're not seeing this already, I would definitely look out for like 1111 or just seeing repeating ones, because I definitely feel like that's a sign you're about to hit a jackpot, you're about to strike gold. I'm noticing there is a common theme of like yellowy gold glimmers throughout these cards. It's the most obvious in our cornucopia card, but yeah, gold could be a lucky color for you. Some of you could be winning gold or like winning first place in something. Maybe some of you are getting prize money. Like you're winning a competition and then there's prize money, or I'm also hearing surplus. Once you spent everything on, oh my gosh, why can't I talk today? It's group number 1, okay? My brain is still turning on. You got everything that you needed, and then there's these resources left over and you can do whatever you want with them. There's like very specifically this message of abundance that you get to use for play and fun because the necessities are already covered. I really like that we have Pluto here too, because this does make me feel like this is not a one-time thing. Pluto, it's about transformation. It's about things are not going to be the same as they were before. So this is not only you receiving abundance, this is you shifting into a new era where this is going to be the norm. And I feel like for many of you, this is very profound. It maybe took a lot of healing and shadow work to get to this place. It maybe took a lot of healing your relationship with money or your relationship with wealth, abundance, going through feelings of unworthiness so that you could pursue opportunities that were meant for you. You know, Pluto does have this kind of feeling of intense healing and shadow work. So it does look like in May, it's all sunshine and rainbows, but I don't think it was sunshine and rainbows to get to this place. And so I'm proud of you, and I hope that you are proud of yourself too. And we have Taurus, which the first 3 weeks of May are going to be Taurus season, so that makes sense. Happy birthday to any Tauruses who are watching this, by the way. The connoisseur, comfort, luxury. Yes, we love it. Luxury, reliable, okay? So there's like some stable income that is coming in for you. Some of you could be getting a raise or a promotion, or like a business is taking off and you're consistently having this money pouring in. Stubborn, perseverance is paying off. Possessive, hard work, life's pleasures, serenity, productive, determination, stability, and ruler of second house. Yes, this makes a lot of sense because the second house is quite literally about your finances, your material possessions, your sense of self-worth. And I feel like that is your theme in the month of May. And all of that is going to be thriving. This also lets me know that you really have persevered and worked hard to make this happen. I feel like you've done most of the heavy lifting, okay? There's always going to be some difficult chapters ahead, but I think you've done most of the heavy lifting, and a lot of the efforts that you'll put in now is for maintaining this new abundance, which won't be as difficult as generating it, I'm hearing. Like you've already generated whatever's going to give you this abundance. Now you just have to keep it alive and maintain it. And I hope that you will let yourself enjoy life's luxuries, whatever that means for you, whether that's material possessions, whether that's the freedom of doing nothing, whether that's travel, whatever that means to you. Maybe it's spoiling your loved ones, but you're free to use this abundance however you want. Taurus placements as well as Scorpio placements could be significant because Pluto rules over Scorpio. Okay, so next we are going to look at some tea leaf cards to see anything else you need to know about your month of May. Woo! Yeah. We definitely seem to have a pattern here. Desk, pay attention to your work. So if you needed any more confirmation, like work is doing well, something's taking off, you're being recognized for your efforts, this cornucopia is a direct result of your hard work. And I cannot stress enough how proud of yourself you should be. We were talking about 1111. That could potentially be a sign. I'm also noticing the feathers on this desk. So feathers could be a sign for you. Butterflies as well. There's a little butterfly in the sky here. We have turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. And jug, lighthearted, carefree time. When I saw the turkey, I thought of like, you know, when you're preoccupied and then you make mistakes that are really dumb, like, I don't know, sometimes I'll have like two things in my hand. One of them is supposed to go in the sink and one of them is supposed to go in the garbage, and I like do it reverse. And I'm like, what the heck? That was so dumb. But it's because you're just so preoccupied with something else. It does seem like you're really focused on something, and I do think it's something good. It's like your mind is consumed with happy and excited thoughts, but sometimes you might do airheaded things because of that. So just like, maybe this is a month to be extra thorough and just double check your work. Or like sometimes I spell people's name wrong in emails. It doesn't happen all the time, but just sometimes when I'm preoccupied, you know, just dumb things like that. Be careful of dumb mistakes like that. And if you are going to send something important, submit something, make sure you proofread it and then proofread it again and maybe ask someone else. Because sometimes when you've read over something so many times, your brain kind of stops seeing errors. And there could be a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I read this 8 times. How did I miss that? I used the wrong your, you know? Just, yeah, I think you get it. Just pay attention for little things like that. Maybe this is kind of giving the energy of, it's, you know, your last day of work and you're going to go on a 2-week vacation, and like your brain is already on vacation and you're just thinking about like all the fun stuff you're going to do, all the delicious food you're going to eat, like the beautiful sights you're going to see. Your mind's already there. And then you start kind of messing up on easy things. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm getting. So it's lovely to daydream, but make sure that you're not like mentally checked out of work before it's time to be. That's something that your guides want you to know. The letters D, T, and J could be significant. They could be initials of a person or a place. But I think that this concludes the general overview part. So we're gonna get into the specific areas of your life now. We have 1 tarot card and 1 oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. So let's start with your love life and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the 3 of Stars. This is another card that can talk about work and your career. And it can talk about collaboration, cooperation. So a very significant relationship dynamic in the month of May will be between you and, it could be you and your coworkers, you and collaborators. There could be, I'm hearing many hands make light work. So there could be people coming in to help you. There could be new people coming on board to assist you in getting your shit done. You could be meeting new people because of a shared interest or a shared skill. Let's say like the lovely person on this card, maybe you are a harp player and you are making friends with fellow harp players in the month of May. You know, making friends with like-minded people who have similar skills. Or if you already have people like this in your life, you're probably going to be in very frequent communication with them, or maybe frequently meeting up with them in the month of May. Maybe you're working on something together. There could be like a fun and exciting collaborative project that is starting in the month of May or coming to completion in the month of May if you're already working on something. For those of you who are manifesting a love interest, you'll probably be manifesting someone who is quite career driven and ambitious, which I think is like you. So you will get each other in that area. Could be someone who plays an instrument, maybe more specifically a string instrument, like harp, violin, guitar, bass, things like that. And Capricorn energy could be significant as well. And we have, for your oracle card, surrender. I do feel, because like the Three of Pentacles is not a particularly romantic card, so I did get the sense that romantic love would not be the main focus for many of you in the month of May. So if you're already in a relationship, I do feel like things are going to be smooth sailing. I don't necessarily see a change in relationship status. It kind of feels like things are cruising, things are looking good, and just maintaining in terms of your love life. And for those of you who are single, it doesn't seem like you're really going to be actively looking for love this month. When I look at the surrender card, I get the feeling of someone who's just vibing and going with the flow and is kind of like, whatever happens, happens. And maybe that's just a mentality that you've been in recently, because I could see, even for those of you who do have a person of interest, I feel like you're just, if it happens, it happens. I feel like that's the mentality that you're in, and you're just gonna flow with it and you're just gonna vibe. And plus, I feel like you're so focused on other things, like you're focused on your work, you have something really fun coming up, and I feel like you can't stop thinking about that. It was really giving me the vibe of someone who's about to go on like a big budget vacation, and maybe they've saved up a lot of money for this, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna buy this and this and this, and I'm gonna go to this expensive restaurant, like I'm gonna treat myself. That was the vibe that I'm getting, and it's like I just want to go and have a good time. I'm not gonna worry about this person or worry about love or whatever. It just doesn't really feel like the energy is there. And again, it's like if something happens, awesome. But if not, I'm vibing. That's really the feeling that I get with these. Okay, so next we are going to look at your cards for career and studies, which, I mean, we have been talking about your career a lot, but let's see what we have. We have the Four of Crystals, which is the Four of Swords. And this reminds me a lot of the Surrender card. They're both number 4, and they both have this peaceful, go with the flow sort of feeling about it. I love to see this because swords represent the mind. And so this tells me that when it comes to your career and studies, you are not stressed this month. It could be that a stressful situation pertaining to your career and studies is coming to an end. In May, like, oh, thank God that's over. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I even feel, for those of you who are actively working towards a professional or academic goal in the month of May, you're just not worried about it. I think many of you are just so confident that you've got this in the bag. I know that I'm going to crush it, so I'm going to sleep. It's like if you had a really big exam and you slept like a baby the night before, because you're like, I already know that I'm going to crush it. I know my material. I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm good at this subject. I know that I'm prepared. So I'm going to sleep like a baby. I just love your energy, group number 1. I just want to sit here in your energy. I also feel that many of you, you've done a lot of inner work, group number 1. This Pluto card is really making me feel that. And I genuinely think you've reached a place where the final outcome of something cannot shake your inner peace as much as maybe it could before. There's this feeling of, I know that it's going to be okay no matter what. I'm confident that I can reach this goal, but even in the off chance that it didn't work out, I know that I'm going to be fine. It really feels like you're not stressed about anything in terms of work, finances, studies. You're in a state of trusting yourself and trusting your capabilities and also trusting the universe. This is really, really nice. Yeah. It's so funny because I was thinking it's this very energy that puts you in a state to receive. And this card literally says receive. The Japanese word is like to, receive. And the English says say yes. And there's our yellowy gold color scheme again. You guys could be going somewhere very sunny in the month of May, or wherever you live could be enjoying some sunny weather. I feel like that's just coming through a lot. And nights where you can see the stars, that's also coming through. So, clear sky, not a lot of light pollution. You can see all of the stars. And that's going to be really healing for you as well. I'm not sure what that has to do with your job. Just, I think a message that just wanted to come through. And I just looked up and saw 1818 on the camera timer, which is the number of the moon. So there's something about really beautiful nights in the month of May. Maybe the weather is going to be really mild at night, not too cold. You can see all the stars out. Something feels magical about the night times. Maybe you're like up late working on something that you're passionate about. But definitely a confirmation that being in this vibing and go with the flow energy puts you in a beautiful place to receive. And this is going to come naturally to you. I feel like there's an awkward, as someone who's like a professional worrier, I feel like there's this uncomfortable transition phase where you're kind of teaching yourself to stop worrying, and then something in your brain says, you should be worrying right now. If you stop worrying, something's gonna go wrong. And so it's like, I'm not worrying, but I feel guilty about it. But this feels like you've smoothly made the transition where not worrying comes naturally to you, and you know deep down that that's the right thing to do for you. I'm so happy for you, group number 1. Okay, and then finally, we have your cards for spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, the keywords that I'm hearing are refreshment and rejuvenation. Refreshment and rejuvenation. There's also, I feel this so often with the Ace of Wands, like a passion or a zest for life is being restored. I'm noticing this one could be talking about all that 11:11 stuff we were talking about at the start of the reading, like you're entering into a new era of abundance, you're welcoming this new era, and you're feeling very excited about it. And I think this month, metaphorically or symbolically, whatever the right word is, feels like when you step outside and like you can smell spring in the air. You just know that spring is coming. Even though maybe all the trees and flowers aren't bloomed yet, it's like you just feel it in the air and you know that a new season has begun. And I think that's how you're going to be feeling about your life in the month of May. And maybe at the time that you're watching this, you're already feeling it a little bit. And yeah, okay. The universe is being so loud and clear with your message today, group number 1. Like, have fun. Just have fun. I'm also noticing all of the numbers here are 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know what that means. I'm thinking of that song. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I I don't know any of the words, but except for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me scream if you want some more. Like that's a different one, but anyway, lots of songs. Those numbers could be significant to you. That could be actually a message about one step at a time, making progress. You could see that number on the clock, like 12:34. But yeah, I don't even have much to add to this. Like, this is fun, excitement, passion, and zest for life. Doing what you love. You have play and you have fun. And this is coming out, this leisurely energy is coming out in the category of spiritual and personal growth. So there could be something here about giving yourself permission to have fun and do what you love, to understand that rest is also productive, that play is also productive, and that it's very, very important. Like, even if you want to be the most practical, logical, rational person in the world, then you have to admit that play is good for your brain and play is good for your body, and it's an important part of being human. It's not like silly and frivolous, and that's just a fact. That's not even me trying to like interpret it in a convenient way. It's just a fact. We should be having fun. So yeah, I think a big part of, and also like, I have this thought a lot that we tend to think of our spiritual journey and spiritual lessons as like these, you know, these tough, I already said lessons, these tough lessons and tests that we're supposed to learn. But a lot of our life purpose is to enjoy ourselves and is to delight in the miracle of being alive, you know, and this going and having fun is just as spiritual as meditating or doing shadow work or any of the rest of it. There's something beautiful, and yes, it is a way to connect to your soul, and it's a way to connect to your guides. They delight in seeing you enjoy yourself. And I personally think that a lot of these things like music and dance and laughter, that's just like directly downloaded from the spirit realm. I definitely think that is of the spirit realm. So maybe this month you're feeling something sacred in your play or in your hobbies. It seems like you're in a really healthy place because you're working hard, but you're not stressed about it, and you're having fun. So keep crushing it, group number 1. Group number 1, this is a tough act to follow. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the other groups now. So thank you so much for... No, I lied because I wanted to use this deck today. I did. I took it out. And I didn't even intend to interpret this one. It's the Healing Spirits Oracle. I just wanted to pull a card and see what it said as a parting message or something to reflect on. So I apologize for the false alarm, but let's pull one last card for you. Okay, group number 1. What parting message? Let's ask Spirit. Oh, that's interesting. So when I was shuffling, I realized that I hadn't clarified who this message should be from. And the second in my mind, I thought this should be from Spirit, the card came out. So it's like the second I clarified, the second I made something specific and set that intention, it happened. And that could be a message for you when it comes to manifesting, especially if you're manifesting something and it's taking a long time. If you just I define the parameters and clarify something, it will happen right away. Okay, so this is a message from Spirit for my group number 1s. Wow. Speak your truth with passion. Okay. Group number ones, those are all the messages I have for you, so I'm going to leave your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where we now have over 100 timeless exclusive readings, just like the ones here on my channel. Well, this one's not really timeless, but the ones on Patreon are. And we also have 2 new ones every month that you can choose the topic for. So I will have that link down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I will also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, anyone who appeared in this reading directly or indirectly, and their higher self, and sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, spirit, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. Have a wonderful month of May, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi, number 2s. So if you guys chose the Passionfruit Mango flavored tulip, this is going to be your reading all about your month of May 2025. So we are going to start off by checking the main themes and the main energies of your month. And your first card is, door to romance. So romance could be a theme for you in the month of May. For those of you who are already in a relationship, we have number 33 on the card, and then the camera just went to 33 seconds. So I saw like 33. That could be a significant number for this group. And it is the number of the Empress, who is ruled by Venus. So I definitely think that love is in the air for my group number 2s. As I was saying, if you are already in a relationship, I feel like things are going to be super romantic between you and your partner during the month of May. If you are single, there's definitely going to be a new love coming in for you. Like, look at this, 111 as I'm saying that. So yes, the energies are very favorable for a new love coming in. There is a feeling when I look at this card of there's this heart in the cage, right? And the door's open and it's kind of waiting for you to free it. There's almost this feeling like the opportunity for romance will present itself to you, but you have to move towards it. For some of you, overall, this could also be an energy of romanticizing your life and softening to the love that is around you, I'm hearing. We also have adventure. Okay, we have a bit of a red theme going on, like the red curtains in the romance card and then the red treasure chest in adventure. Some of you could be going on, if you're in a relationship, you could be going on a trip with your partner or going on a date that you have not been on before, like trying a new activity or going to a new place. For those of you who are single, this could be how you are meeting someone new. Through some kind of adventure, through some kind of travel, or when you are being spontaneous and trying something new. It's interesting, there was all those 3s, like the 33, because as I'm talking about this, I am thinking of the 3 of Wands. That has a very spontaneous and adventurous sort of feeling to it for me. So for those of you who are single, you will likely meet a love interest when you are doing something kind of out of your comfort zone or trying something for the first time. Now, if you are single but you already have a person of interest, there could be a message in these 2 cards to challenge yourself to do something a little bit bold. Nothing that you don't feel ready for, of course, but to maybe step out of your comfort zone a little bit when it comes to maybe extending an invitation to your person or extending a compliment to your person or opening up, letting them know how you feel. Putting yourself out there in some way. And what I mean by out there is just demonstrating to your person what you want, how you're feeling, letting that be known. That could be something that's like a little bit out of your comfort zone. Also, there is a theme this month about trusting your initial gut instinct. And you may randomly get the urge to do things this month that are kind of impulsive. Like, I can think of a couple times in my life where I've just impulsively, I'll impulsively just like register for a course and then it ends up being really awesome. And it's not like this carefully planned thing. It's just like this gut feeling I got one day, did a little Google search, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So there could be like something you impulsively opt into, or something you impulsively purchase, or maybe you impulsively decide to go on a trip somewhere. It could even just be a random urge that you get to leave the house on just any old Wednesday. And then like you honor that random urge that you got, which is actually not random, but it might feel like that to you. And it leads to a blessing. So yeah, pay attention to your gut instincts. And when you feel the urge to do something, as long as it's safe and you're not hurting anyone, it would be good to honor those seemingly impulsive thoughts. I hope that makes sense. So next, let's take a look at our astrology cards. We have Libra, which is also ruled by Venus, which is also the sign that talks about harmony and partnerships and love and beauty. So yes, if you needed any more confirmation, group number 2's love is definitely in the air for you. And I do see you with a counterpart, with a partner who really balances you out. And there's harmony between the two of you. If you are already in a relationship, I do feel that things are going to be quite smooth. This is going to be a great month for communication between you and really seeing the other's point of view, really understanding them, and also for you to really feel seen and heard. I feel like there's going to be minimal or maybe no arguments, conflicts, things of that nature. You could also be attending an event with a partner or a love interest that you're kind of nervous about. And it could be because you've never been in this kind of environment with them before. Or it could be because there's other people you're getting introduced to. Like, for example, meeting your partner's family, or your love interest invited you to hang out with all their friends. And it's like, oh my gosh, I hope they like me. It feels like a kind of social event perhaps that you're going to with the person you're interested in, and you're a bit nervous. But I feel like everything's going to be great. And it is a chance to kind of come out of your shell and to see how, I heard enjoyable, that's not the right word, how likable, how personable you are. There's going to be some nice opportunities to socialize in a way that is enjoyable for you. Yeah, I'll put it like that. And then we also have Earth. Lessons, reorientation, awareness, 3D experience, schooling, duality, human condition, reality, practicality, physical body, nature, stability, and mission. When I read the keywords on this card, it feels very grounding. And I don't know how to say this other than I just think in May, you are going to feel very grounded and at peace in your physical reality. I also just heard face the day or take on the day. There's a feeling of, I got this. Like you're waking up in the morning and saying to yourself, I can take on this day. I can get done what I need to get done. I can make healthy choices for myself. If any of you have coping mechanisms that involve kind of escaping, you may find that you don't really need those during the month of May. You may even be phasing them out altogether, like you just don't need them, period. I just see you very grounded and very present in your reality, because I'm hearing your 3D reality is worth investing in, and it's somewhere that you really want to be. There could be Libra placements could be significant, or someone with Venus in an earth sign. Also Aries sun. An Aries sun could be significant, or an Aries Venus. Mars in Libra. I just want to check when the moon is going to be in Libra, because we do have that energy here. So in the month of May, the moon is going to be in Libra from the 8th to the 10th or 11th, depending where you are in the world, but I'll just say 8th to 11th. Those dates could be significant for you. The 19th could also be significant. So for the last part of our general overview, we're going to take a look at these tea leaf cards to see anything else you need to know going into the month. We have box. You will receive a gift. Aw, we're talking about love is in the air. We're talking about socializing, and it looks like you are going to receive a gift. Someone wants you to know how much they care about you. For those of you, if it's your birthday month, happy birthday. And I feel like you are going to receive a birthday gift that is very, that stands out and that is very sentimental for you. Okay, we also have May. Thank you, Captain Obvious. We are reading for the month of May, but you know what? We were talking about you being present in the 3D reality. So maybe the fact that May is here is an indication of you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future, and you are just present in every single day this month. And then we also have Kite with vacation. So we have an adventure, we have a vacation. You are definitely making time to go somewhere new. To go somewhere new in the month of May for leisurely purposes. You're going on an adventure. Yeah, I'm taking that super literally. The letters B, M, or K, or several of those, could be significant to you. That could be someone's initials or letters in a place. But this concludes the general overview part of your reading. So we're going to go into the specific areas of your life now. I have one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, your career and studies, and your spiritual and personal growth. So let's start with your love life and relationships. For your tarot card, we have the World. Why is this making me think of adventure all over again? Because it's like expanding your horizons, right? We have the World. Okay, there's a couple different things that this can talk about pertaining to love and relationships. Some of you could be in a relationship or dealing with a person who is from another country or from another background. You could be long distance with someone. This can also indicate reciprocated feelings. So for those of you who are single and have a person of interest, this could be an indication of your person making their reciprocated feelings known to you in the month of May. This can talk about something coming to fruition, something reaching its final form. This can also talk about something being made known officially. I often see that with the World card when it comes to relationships, like making a relationship official or telling others about it, going public with it. So, just a few examples of this could be, like we talked about before, getting introduced to someone's friends and family. That definitely makes it feel more official. Or starting to use different labels to refer to each other. Or posting each other on social media or something like that. I heard hard launch. So yeah, for some of you, it could be a relationship becoming official, or you're kind of spreading the word about a relationship. And then, yeah, it could be adventuring with or traveling with your person as well. And then We have the number 3. There's that number 3 again. And this is number 21, which reduces to 3. So if you are seeing repeating 3s, it's definitely about your love life. And I would look out for that number. Number 3, express love. It feels very Venusian. It feels very Empressy. Yeah. It's just, group 1 was like this too, where it was like the same message coming out again and again. But what can I say? Spirit wants to say what Spirit wants to say. And love is definitely in the air for you. I feel like with the world here, you're definitely feeling a sense of fulfillment. And we don't see it in this card. I guess there's like the different elements perhaps in the 4 corners, but we usually see the symbols of fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. And that fixed energy could be indicating that something is being, that you're like settling down with someone, something is solidifying, something's becoming more real in the 3D, something is here to stay, it's tangible, it's reliable. There's a feeling like that for sure. And then we have express love. So it's very interesting that I felt called to encourage you to come out of your shell or to make your feelings known towards a person of interest. I feel like this is indicating you and also others around you, or a special someone around you, becoming more expressive, becoming more vocal about their feelings, especially when it comes to love and care and gratitude and appreciation. And it's not just going to be said, it's going to be demonstrated as well through actions, through making you a priority, maybe through a gift. But this cannot, like, how can you bottle this up? You can't. That's not going to be bottled up anymore. The love needs to come out. It needs to be expressed, and it feels very giddy. It feels very nice. So next we are going to look at your cards for career and studies. So for your tarot card, wow, we have the 9 of Pentacles. This is an amazing card for career. And we have oneness. This card, similarly to the world, is giving me that feeling of something coming to fruition or something coming to completion. Even the number 9 on this card, it can have that feeling. So some of you are completing a project that is very close to your heart this month, or you're finally sharing it with the world. I'm hearing labor of love. I'm hearing something that you poured your soul into is finally coming to completion, and you're feeling very accomplished and proud of yourself. I do feel that there will be a need to promote yourself or to kind of vouch for yourself, if that's the right word, in the month of May. So just one example of this would be, if you go to a job interview, you have to talk about how good you are. You have to talk about how skilled you are and talk about your strengths. And if you wrote a book, you have to promote it on social media, or you have to pitch it to different publications. There's this bird is making me think, okay, you've completed this project. You're ready for this new step in your career. Now you have to sell it. Like, sell your brand or your skills, let people know, promote it. And for some of you, you may be already really good at this. Others of you might feel a bit uncomfortable with it, whether that's uncomfortable with recognizing your strengths, or uncomfortable with putting things into words, or maybe you feel like you pushy about promotion, like I don't want to do it too much. but you have to. I'm thinking about on social media, I'm like, oh, but I already posted about this. Like, I don't need to post it again. But the reality is that probably most people didn't even see it the first time. And I know when I see creators, people I like doing their thing, and they're posting about something over and over again, I'm like, I love that they're so passionate about it. And I love that they believe in their product, or they believe in their work. They believe in what they're doing. And they are being their own biggest supporter, and they are pushing it, and they are giving it the chance it deserves. I'm like, I love to see it. But when it comes to me, I'm like, maybe I'll just throw up a little story and like it'll go away in 24 hours and I don't need to talk about it anymore. And I feel like we can't be in that energy group number 2. If you're like me and you have that energy. The bird says we have to be squawking. We have to be squawking from the rooftops about how skilled we are, how employable we are if that's your goal, how good our product or service is if you're doing something by yourself. And actually, the 9 of Pentacles is a great sign for self-employed people or anyone who's wanting to be self-employed. So please take that as a confirmation if that's your path, that like you're going to be successful. But yeah, there's something about self-promotion or promoting work that you did. And what else can I say? Oneness also gives a feeling of pouring all of your energy into one thing. So you may have to, maybe that's what you're doing in May, like you have to choose one thing to really focus on, or that's just naturally what's happening because you're so passionate about it. Like all your energy just organically goes there. I also think you're going to feel very connected to your community this month. Your like-minded community, the community who's in your field, in your space. I think you're going to be communicating with them more than usual and feeling very proud to be a part of it and very proud to be able to contribute to it and get a sense of fulfillment in what you do through the beautiful interactions that you're having with people. I'm hearing you feel honored to be part of a new wave. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's just for a few of you, but yeah, I do think this oneness could also be talking about feeling one with the community, feeling one with the people you work with or the people who support you. I also often see with the 9 of Pentacles, someone being very appreciated. This you will receive a gift could very well be from someone who appreciates your work. It could be a gift from your boss. It could be a gift from a coworker. It could be a gift from a customer, a client, a patient, like someone who's a student, someone who's benefited from your work, a fan, whatever it is that you're doing, right? I feel like you are very appreciated, but that appreciation often goes unseen or unexpressed. Like people are just kind of silently appreciating you in their head. But this month, and that goes back to this express love and 2222 as I'm saying this, all that gratitude is going to be expressed to you. So you're going to get to see concrete evidence of just how much people love, respect, are grateful for you. And that could be quite emotional. Okay, so finally, we are going to look at your cards for spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, we have the 6 of Cups. That's beautiful. A Scorpio, this is very specific, okay? Like probably confirmation for just a few people. Someone who has Scorpio Sun and Virgo Venus could be significant. And then we have Love Yourself. Okay, so then in that case, I feel like these are both you. Like this is you giving flowers to you. You're receiving, there's so many people like giving you your flowers, so to speak, giving you recognition, appreciation, but you'll find that the most meaningful thing is giving that to yourself. These are children on the card, so there could be something about you giving a gift to your inner child, or your inner child giving a gift to you. This also kind of makes me think of the thing you get married under. So it's kind of weird to say you're marrying yourself, but I think that this could indicate you committing to yourself and you saying like, I love you, me. You're my best friend and I'm your biggest fan. And I even feel emotional saying that. And really, really being able to say that and mean it from the bottom of your heart. And I do think there's something here about talking to little you. Maybe you are speaking out loud to them, or you're writing a journal entry to them and letting little you know what you've accomplished now and the lovely people in your life and how loved you are and how far you've come, and that being super healing for you. And there's something about, okay, you are bearing witness to your own growth, but there's also something about others. Others are bearing witness to your growth. So you may receive some comments from friends, family, loved ones about how much you've changed, how much you've evolved, and they're so proud of you. You know, they reminisce. You know, the Six of Cups talks a lot about the past and nostalgia and reminiscing. So you may receive comments from loved ones about, you know, I remember all those years ago, you were at this level and like, look at you now. You've really grown so much and you're absolutely shining and I'm so proud of you. This feels like a month where the progress is hitting hard to think about how far you've come in your self-love journey, in claiming your power, in opening yourself up to the love around you. I feel very sentimental sitting with this energy. There could be an anniversary of something. I just heard since I moved out on my own. That's probably really specific for someone, you know, but I'm thinking of this kind of sentimental story, like 5 years ago today, I left my hometown by myself with nothing but a dream, you know, that kind of thing. There could be some kind of full circle moment like that for you, or the anniversary of an important day that was, looking back, was the beginning of the rest of your life. It does feel very significant like that. And I probably already said this, but I really do hope that you're proud of yourself, because even just looking at this little sprout, even when you were this tiny sprout, you had faith that you were going to grow into something big and beautiful and thrive. And you continued to show up and pour water. And, you know, someone could have easily been like, why do you care so much about this little sprout? It's just a sprout. It's not going to do anything. And you're like, yeah, but it's my sprout and I love it. And it's like you kept nurturing it and nurturing it and nurturing it, and look at it now. It's absolutely thriving. And I feel like this represents your life, or it represents like a passion, something close to your heart. It could even be yourself. Like you were once this little sprout, but instead of overlooking it, you nourished it, you gave it water and sunlight and spoke love onto it, and look at it now. Like that's what love does. And when you love yourself, it's really, really powerful. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do, I just wanted to pull one card from the Healing Spirits Oracle, and I'm not going to interpret it or anything. It's just for a closing message from Spirit, something to reflect on, perhaps as we enter into this new month. Okay, my group number 2's a closing message from Spirit. send out help to others with the number 7. Okay, so group number 2, those are all the messages I have for you. So I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where we now have over 100 exclusive timeless readings, just like the ones that we do here on my channel, and 2 new ones every month that you can choose the topic for. So I will have that link down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, everyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly, and I'm sending love to your higher self. I already said that, but I'm sending them love again, to your spirit guides, your spiritual team. You know, I said higher self where I usually say spirit guides, so your higher self could be your biggest or most important guide right now. And when you're asking for guidance, that may be who you want to go to if you're not already. But anyway, sending love to your guides, your spiritual team, and spirit, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I hope you have an amazing month of May, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 3s. So if you guys chose the caramel nut flavored tulip, this is going to be a reading all about your month of May 2025. So we're going to start off by taking a look at these oracle cards to see the main themes and the main energies of your month. And our first card is Storm Warning. I'm going to go ahead and pull the next card to see if we can get some context for what this is about. True feelings. Okay. The storm. I feel like this card comes out a lot when I use this deck. And I often get the feeling of it can be chaos, but it's divinely orchestrated. Spirit is here to shake things up so that you notice something. And I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to recognize how you truly feel or express how you truly feel. This is just one example that is coming to my mind, but let's say that you agreed to work on a project and deep down you don't really want to do it. And so as you're working on this project, there's like obstacle after obstacle, things are going wrong, things are getting messy, getting messed up. And you get more and more frustrated until eventually you're just like, oh, I didn't want to do this in the first place. And so it's this moment of revelation where maybe you're finally saying it out loud, or maybe you're actually finally realizing it. It could be an emotion that was kind of hidden to you because you just thought that you had to say yes. You just thought that you had to get involved in this thing and maybe didn't give it extra thought. So that's just one example, right? But I do think if you are involved in anything, committed to anything that you don't really want to be doing or that doesn't really feel right, Spirit is probably going to orchestrate for things to go wrong. And actually, now that I am talking about this message, I realize that it could happen the other way too. Because if you really love something and your heart is really in it, then this storm is not going to deter you. You're going to want to keep going no matter what. So maybe for some of you, this storm is actually making you realize that, yes, I do want to be here. No matter what, I'm going to keep going and my heart is really in this. So Maybe it remains to be seen. Maybe even just listening to this message, you have a hunch of what feelings are going to be revealed. But yes, it feels like a major event of this month is bumps in the road in a certain project or in a certain area of your life, something that you're committed to. It could even be a relationship. And these obstacles and bumps in the road are going to reveal to you how you truly feel about the situation. I think I mentioned this before, and it's probably not a super original thought, but on our paths, when there's a lot of obstacles, delays, and things going wrong, I feel like sometimes we ask the question, is this the universe trying to redirect me? Or is my commitment being tested? And I feel like the question to ask is more so, what are these obstacles revealing about how I truly feel? I know when I don't really want to be doing something, the second something goes wrong, I'm like, see, it wasn't meant to be, because it's like that's a convenient interpretation to get out of it. And I feel like if you're interpreting obstacles as, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this, that could be revealing that deep down your heart isn't really in it. If your heart's really in it, you're gonna interpret the obstacles as your commitment being tested. So it's more about the true feeling of yours that this storm reveals. I hope that makes sense. So let's look at your astrological cards. I did just want to make a note that when I was shuffling this one, it did not want to come out. Like I was shuffling, nothing. So I do that again, shuffle, nothing. I think I had to do that about 3 times until something finally came out. So I just wanted to make a note of that. We have Gemini, I think. Okay, so not only are we discovering our true feelings, but we will be communicating them. I'm noticing that both of these cards have pairs on them. We have the 2 bears here, and we have the 2 people here. So for some of you, there could be a significant relationship involved in this situation, or there will be a specific person you're close to who you have to tell your true feelings. We have Gemini. A Gemini person could be significant, or someone with Gemini placements. And then the card that really didn't want to come out was, wow, emotions, the moon. Moods, intuition, personal needs, Monday, Cancer, the unconscious, comfort, feelings, family, home, reflecting, yin, and femininity. So there's this common theme of emotions coming out during the month of May, but they really didn't want to come out. They were being stubborn, or maybe they were just really, really suppressed. And it's funny because I have a Gemini moon, and maybe if you're a Gemini moon as well, you can relate to this, but there is a tendency to rationalize away feelings rather than just being like, this bothers me. I'll say like, this bothers me, but you know what? It's probably not a big deal because XYZ, or like, it only bothers me because blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, analyzing your emotion doesn't suddenly make it go away. You can analyze it to understand it better, but that doesn't make it go away. You can't analyze it away. It's as if I'm saying, if I have a logical understanding for why this feeling is here, then I won't need it anymore. And it's like, that Gemini moon, that's not how that works. Bless you. So I don't know if anyone else is a Gemini moon and does the same thing. But that's my experience with it, because Gemini wants to be logical and wants to make sense of everything, and emotions are watery, and sometimes you can't neatly hold them in one place. So anyway, all of that to say, I feel like your true feelings are coming out this month, and they could be feelings that have been suppressed for a very long time. I just heard untouched, meaning that, like, let's say this emotion has been here for a year when it comes up, it's probably gonna look and feel exactly the same as it did a year ago. It's kind of right where you left it. So maybe untouched means unprocessed, still fresh, still vivid. And I think you're also facing a tendency that you may have had to try to rationalize away this emotion, or to just keep your mind very occupied with other things so that this emotion didn't need to be addressed. Okay, so let's take a look at your tea leaf cards. Actually, what I'd like to do before that is just check when the moon is going to be in Gemini, because that could be a significant date for you. I believe in May, that would be right at the start of the month, but I'm just going to double check. Yes, it is right at the start of the month, like May 1st, the moon is going to be in Gemini. The dates from the 10th to the 15th could also be significant. And actually, speaking of these numbers, 15 is the number of the devil. So that definitely talks about things being restricted and being held down. But the number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. That's things have to change. Things are being set into motion. So I definitely think you're breaking yourself free from some emotional chains. And like I said, if there's anything you're currently committed to that demands your time, attention, energy, labor, that your heart is not in, I think you're freeing yourself from that as well. Or finally admitting that you want to be free from it, which is a huge step as well. Okay, so let's take a look at our tea leaf cards to see anything else you need to know about your month of May. We have Haystack, Karma, you will reap what you have sown. We have Success. Okay, so what you're reaping is success. You have sown the seeds for success. And we have Dark Woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. This could be you, it could be someone else, maybe it's this other person. It could even be a new person who is coming into your life in the month of May. Perhaps this person is also getting their karma, but your karma is success. You will reap what you have sown, and your hard work will pay off. I heard take the fruits of your labor and go. That's just for some of you. Thank you very much. I earned this with my hard work, and now I will see myself out. There's a vibe like that. And make sure you get everything you're owed as well. Some of you need to hear that. The letters H, S, that's making me think of high school, interestingly. H, S, D, and W could be significant. They could be someone's initials. I'm also thinking, success, I don't know how my brain did this, but I thought of south, sud, S-U-D, is French for south. My brain just did that. So south could be significant for some of you, a southern region or a southern person or something. But yeah, I think that's everything for your general overview. So we're gonna get into the specific areas of your life. We have one tarot card and one oracle card each for your love life and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start with your love life and relationships. Your tarot card is the 8 of Stars, which is the 8 of Pentacles. And I want to mention that 1212 was on the camera timer when I revealed this card. That's the number of the Hanged Man. So something could be in limbo in your relationship. Something could be put on hold. There could be a specific connection or relationship that is feeling like it's stagnant or stalling. The other thing is that something could be postponed. For some reason, I was seeing a scenario where you had plans to visit family, or someone was going to come visit you, or maybe you were going to go on holiday or have some event happen, and that has to be now postponed to a later date because of schedule conflicts. Someone is working really hard towards something. Someone is preparing for something, and that's taking all of their focus right now. I wonder, okay, just take this if it resonates, but I wonder if for some of you, this is the thing that makes you realize your true feelings. So, for example, if you were, because Eight of Pentacles is a really hardworking person. They're putting their hard work, dedication, repeated efforts into something to get it perfect. And imagine you're doing this and your heart's not really in it. And then your plans with family, friends, loved ones, partners, love interests start to get changed or delayed or postponed because this has to take precedence. That could be the thing that finally makes you like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to be doing this. And then your true feelings come out. Or for others of you, if you resonate with the true feeling being like, yes, my heart is really in it, which somehow I feel is a smaller group, but still a very valid group out of those who are watching this right now. That could be the very thing that makes you realize like, wow, this path is going to take a lot of commitment and I'm going to have to make some sacrifices, but I'm here for it. That's the meaning of the Hanged Man as well, because it has Piscean energy in it. It can talk about sacrifice. So there's a path that you're now committed to that may require you to sacrifice certain things. And something's going to come up like that in May that I think also makes you realize your true feelings. And you're faced with that question of, am I willing to make these sacrifices? And whether the answer is yes or no, obviously there is no right answer, but it's just about getting sure about what your answer is so that you can move forward with confidence. And your Oracle card is in nature. And 1515, as I'm holding up this one. Your relationship with your true nature, I think, is actually the most important relationship this month. What I can say for sure is that after the month of May, it's gonna be, I almost want to say impossible for you to suppress your real nature. And with that, there is a bit of a feeling of an awakening, a spiritual awakening. Once you awaken to the truth of who you are, it's really hard to keep going with that old persona. It's almost impossible. Once Spirit has shown you what is in alignment for you, it's impossible to ignore. Once Spirit has shown you what's out of alignment, it's impossible to keep going down that path. And just looking at this ray of sunshine coming down and illuminating you on your journey, you are being shown your true nature. And you can no longer ignore it. So the relationship with you and your real self is a really important one. Okay, let's look at your cards for career and studies. For your tarot card, we have the Five of Cups. For your Oracle card, we have Accept Loneliness. What's going on with my group number 3s? If you feel comfortable at all to share your journey, feel free to comment. But it does seem like a month of processing some heavier energies. These two cards are very similar in their meaning and in their energy. Accept loneliness. It feels like recognizing that you're lonely. And again, this feels like there's some kind of conflict between career and studies and your personal life and your loved ones. Maybe some of you are studying abroad and you really miss your family. And now you're being faced with that question of like, is this really worth the sacrifice? Is this really what I want to do? Or you moved far away for work, or you miss some milestones in your personal life because you have to be at work, or there's some conflict like that. And it does seem like work often takes precedence, And so that's why it's so important to ask the question, is my heart in it? Is this something that I'm passionate about and I feel is really worthwhile? This is an opportunity for that reflection. And again, I'm probably going to say this a million times that there's no right or wrong answer. It's just about being sure about why you chose the path you did so that you can move forward with confidence. And it's okay you can simultaneously be happy on your path and love it, and also grieve some things that you missed out by not choosing another path. That's allowed, you know? Emotions are complex and they can seem contradictory at times, and they're not black and white. So it's okay to choose path A and be happy on path A, but also be sad for the things you missed out on by not choosing path B. And I can hear this overly wants to rationalize everything voice being like, well, you chose this path, so you just have to deal with it. You can't be sad. Yes, you can. You're human, you're complex, you have feelings. So maybe this could also be about accepting the multifaceted nature of your emotions. We have the number 5 here, which is one of those energies that can go either way or goes both ways. You're holding space for all of your emotions. There could also be a situation where you feel lonely with regards to your career, in the sense that maybe your career type or your aspirations are very unique. And so people either don't accept it, or they don't understand it, or there's just not a lot of people who have a similar lifestyle as you. Just in the, let's say in the study abroad example, maybe people who study abroad in the country you're in, who come from your home country, are very, very few. Like if you come from Indonesia and you live in, you come from Indonesia and now you live in, France. And I have no idea about this. But let's say there's like a really small population of Indonesian people in France, then maybe you will feel lonely. Because it's like, yes, there's other international students here, but we don't have maybe the exact same experiences, or we have a bit of a language barrier or culture barrier. There may be something about where you're currently at in your career journey or your study journey where you're kind of like looking for your people or looking for someone who understands. Maybe you are a minority in your workplace or in your place of study, or you feel like people don't understand you or don't support you, and that feels lonely. This loneliness doesn't necessarily have to be about being isolated or being alone. It could be that the people you are around, it just feels a bit different. They feel different. Like we're not on the same wavelength, they're not speaking the same language, and that feels lonely to me. And then finally, for your spiritual and personal growth, okay, we have the 8 of Wands, and I'm just going to tell you right away what I'm thinking with this card. It feels like forward motion, setting something into motion, and this is Sagittarius energy, which is optimistic. So I feel like there is this moment of decisiveness where you're saying, okay, I'm not going to wallow in this energy because I have the power to make a choice in my life. And me admitting and acknowledging and owning my true feelings is what gives me the power to make a choice for my future, for my happiness that I feel confident in. And this even looks like the same person. So I feel like this represents you. It's funny how it looks like you're shooting the arrow to like a sad version of yourself. an arrow of optimism, or an arrow of a bird, like a bird's eye view, a bigger perspective, trying to help yourself get unstuck. It's like you're trying to pull yourself out of a rut, or you're pulling yourself out of a dark place. I shouldn't say trying to, because you are. I also am noticing on this deck that the wands are facing up. Usually we see them going down. That could be a message that things are looking up. I think your spiritual and personal growth is this realization that I have the power to take myself out of this rut, out of this dark place. I have the power to choose a bright future for myself. But it starts with this honesty. And so whatever obstacles or chaos spirit may be creating in your life right now, I do think it's really an opportunity to imagine a tornado. It's going to pull things out of the ground and things are going to be flying around. Whereas if they're all laying in the earth, you may not see them. So spirit is helping to make your true feelings visible. And once they are visible, and this is so important, I'm going to say it for like the 18th time, there's no right or wrong way to feel. It's just about knowing it. Knowing how you feel and owning it. And once you do that, you can make the right choices for your happy future. And for your oracle card, literally decide. Oh my gosh. Yep. Decide. You have the opportunity to make a powerful decision for your future this month. And I just love how it looks like you're standing on the precipice here. You've been in a dark room and you're stepping out into the light. And that really mirrors this imagery of you, this Sag, optimistic energy, shooting your arrow of optimism and seeing the big picture onto the version of you who is maybe wallowing a bit or feeling stuck. You're going to get yourself unstuck by making a decision. I'm thinking about, I don't do these very often, but I did a collective message back in, it's recently for me who's filming this, because I'm filming this in advance because I wanted to use these in a May reading. But anyway, long story short, not too long ago, I did a collective message, and the energy there seemed kind of similar to what is here. So I might put the link to that collective message. If you feel called to it, if you feel like there might be something there for you, it's there. So feel free, if that is calling out to you. I will have it where the timestamps are. I just saw 26, by the way, as well. So, okay, the last thing I want to do for this reading is pull a card from the Healing Spirits Oracle. And I'm not going to interpret this one. This is just a parting message from Spirit, something perhaps to reflect on or keep in mind as you step into this new month. Okay, a parting message from Spirit. Spirit saying that parting message sounds weird because it's not like Spirit's parting with you, but like parting from this reading. Okay. Any final words from Spirit to close off this reading? Carry the torch for others to see. Wake up the world, with the number 47. Okay, group number 3s, those are all of your messages. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where we now have over 100 timeless exclusive readings, just like the ones we do here on my channel. And we have 2 new ones every month that you can choose the topic for. So I'll have that link down below. It's a great time over there. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. And I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, to everyone who appeared in this reading, directly or indirectly, and to their higher self. And I'm sending love to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and spirit, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. I'm wishing you a wonderful month of May. It's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be so rewarding. I promise. Your karma is success. You will reap what you have sown. It's gonna be so rewarding and liberating. So I'm sending you love, I'm sending you strength and power, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.